Jay.
And I'm John.
We're bucket list travellers. And today we're taking you on a walking tour of San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua.
We're starting our walking tour today at Hostel Casa, which is a really popular hostel here in San Juan del Sur.
And they also run shuttles to the beaches both north and south of San Juan del Sur. So we've been to Playa Maderas, which is north of San Juan del Sur, and that was $3 one way or $5 return.
Yeah, further down south is another popular beach, Playa Hermosa, and that's a little bit further away, and that'll cost you $10 for the return trip.
Including the entry fee to the beach. And the times for the shuttles at the moment aren't that regular due to COVID. So if you do want a shuttle, you'll have to contact Casa Oro to find out their times.
Being a beachside town, you're never too far away from ice cream. So on our right here, you've got the artisan ice cream store Kiss Me.
Yeah, Kiss Me is really good. So it's a chain, and we've seen it in Esteli, Matagalpa and Leon, as well as in San Juan del Sur. And they've got some really nice flavours of gelato and ice cream. They are a bit more expensive though.
A cheaper ice cream alternative is Eskimo. So Eskimo's the main ice cream brand in Nicaragua. It's mass produced. You'll find it pretty much anywhere. You'll have vendors selling it. You can even buy them in parleys as well.
Yes, supermarkets. So they generally set you back around the 20 to 30 Cordoba mark. And our favourite is the ice cream sandwich.
Oh, so delicious. Highly recommend the ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, definitely.
Coming up on our right is the Cafe Simon Says. It's an awesome little cafe, and I reckon they have the best breakfast in San Juan del Sur.
Oh yeah, they're huge breakfasts and really good value as well. And the restaurant or the cafe here is really cute. It's got a really nice garden area and it goes back quite deep. So I wasn't expecting such a beautiful area.
Yeah,
but
it's very unassuming from the outside.
yeah, definitely.
We had the full breakfast and there was so much value to it.
So it came with gallo pinto, with bacon, eggs, avocado, chorizo.
And it also came with unlimited coffee and unlimited juice.
We spent a couple of hours there just having a slow breakfast, so that was really nice.
We're just passing a surf shop now, and as you can imagine, surfing is quite the pastime here in San Juan del Sur.
And the best surf beaches are 20 to 30 minutes drive, either north or south of the main town of San Juan del Sur.
So we've been up north to Playa Madera, which is what you can see now. And it's a great place to either learn to surf, or it's equally good for experienced surfers too.
Yeah, and there are also some really nice beaches for surfing down south as well.
Yeah, there's plenty to choose from when you're in San Juan del Sur. We've just passed an all-terrain vehicle rental stop. The roads getting out to the beaches up north and south, they're all dirt roads, and they're also quite hilly as well, especially Playa Madera. We highly recommend you getting a four-wheel drive or a pretty decent motorbike to get around.
The public transport around here isn't that great, and it is quite a spread out area, so it is quite handy if you did have your own vehicle. We managed with just walking and getting shuttles to places. It was manageable. I think taxis are not too expensive around here either.
On our right here, we have a catamaran tour shop. So if you're interested in taking a catamaran for half a day, that'll cost you $80 US. And if you want the full day, that's $120 US.
I think you get some nibbly food, some ceviche and some drinks as well, and some swimming around the place. Quite a nice activity to do, I would think.
So straight ahead of us, you've got a little diner called Pues.
And we originally thought it was Dale Pews, but no, it's Dale Pues, which is a common expression in Nicaragua. It's kind of like Nica slang.
You get a couple of definitions from it. So it could mean, okay, I agree, do it.
I think it literally means give it or something like
Give
that.
it then. People also use it to say goodbye as well. So it's an informal farewell.
And once we started finding out about this phrase, we've been hearing it all the time. It is a really common saying in Nicaragua.
Please let us know in the comments whether we're getting the usage right. We'd really like to know.
We can see an ATM coming up here. There's a few ATMs on this street if you want to get out money here. Credit card usage isn't that common in Nicaragua. It is more of a cash-based society, although around San Juan del Sur, you shouldn't have too many problems paying by credit card.
Yeah, you will find in places that do use credit card that there's often charges on top of them for using credit cards. So if you don't want to pay up to
15%, I think is the worst we've seen.
Yeah, just make sure you ask before you pay. And on our right here, you've got another ATM. And coming up ahead of us is a pulperia, or like a little convenience store where you can get all manner of little bits and pieces, including SIM cards for your cell phone. Now, just as an indication of how much they cost, we got a Claro SIM card the other day with 15 days charge on it, 7 gigabytes of data, and that was around 220 Cordobas.
It was 200 Cordobas for the recharge and 20 for the SIM.
Yeah. And now we've come to the main strip of restaurants just behind the beach. Before we check it out, we're going to take you directly onto the beach.
San Juan del Sur beach is a lovely stretch of sand, and you can see in the distance the Christ statue up on the hill.
So the Christ statue is known as Cristo de la Misericordia, or Christ of Mercy.
And you can walk to it from the beach area or from the town area in San Juan del Sur. Now, it is a very steep walk, but the views up the top are worth it.
Yeah.
And it's $2 entry to get into the actual Christ viewing area. So pretty good value.
Yeah, it's well worth it. And whilst people know about the Christ of San Juan del Sur, a little known fact that there's also a Mary of San Juan del Sur, which is under the water.
Yeah, so the Mary was put there just a couple of years ago as, I guess, a scuba diving attraction, although I don't know if there are any scuba diving companies in San Juan del Sur at the moment. But the Mary looks up at the Jesus from under the water.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Fun fact. Now, this is a port beach, so it's got a lot of boats that you can see in this distance there, but you can swim here, so it's quite nice for swimming, quite gentle in the water.
Yeah, it's just a really scenic area. I really love this spot.
Yeah, the views are great, and the restaurants along here are really good for just having a relaxing meal, overlooking the water, taking in the views. The restaurants along the main beachfront are going to be more expensive than further back in town, but the views are worth it.
And you'll see with most of these places, they've got happy hours where you can get 2-for-1 drinks, 2-for-1 cocktails.
You can see a lot of seafood around here, so there's always fishing boats going out, and this is a fishing village. So definitely have seafood here when you're in the area. We've had some really nice lobster. More north towards Playa Maderas. Cerviche is really popular here as well.
Yeah, so a little bit later on in the video, we'll show you a place where you can get fresh fish and fresh ceviche, and it's relatively cheap.
San Juan del Sur is a lovely place to walk around, and we've been making these walking tours of Nicaragua for about 6 months, and we do videos also on living in Nicaragua, on experiences within Nicaragua, on hotels and food and all things Nicaragua. So if you want to see more of Nicaragua in our videos, then don't forget to subscribe. San Juan del Sur is a popular place to stop over if you're going to or from Costa Rica from Nicaragua, because Costa Rica is only about an hour drive away from here.
And San Juan del Sur is known as quite the backpacker mecca, or quite a party town.
Yeah, I think they used to have Funday Sundays, bar hopping or something like that.
Yeah, as you can see around us, there's a lot of bars, so bar hopping would be a pretty fun pastime if you're into that sort of thing. As you can tell right now, it's a lot quieter than it was historically before the pandemic.
Now, in terms of the pandemic, around San Juan del Sur, we've noticed a lot less mask wearing than in other places in Nicaragua. So generally, you'll see more mask wearing in the cities.
and less in more the expatty areas like Ometepe Island and San Juan del Sur and Puerto. We didn't see too much mask wearing at all in those areas.
In San Juan del Sur, you'll see the staff of some restaurants wearing masks, but then other restaurants don't. So it's really up to the individual business whether they take on COVID precautions or not.
And we found that in supermarkets, they'll generally have someone out the front taking your temperature, making sure you disinfect your hands and wear masks. Supermarkets generally enforce some manner of mask wearing, but then if you're out on the street, it's really up to the individual what you want to do.
Yeah, and in Nicaragua, there is no mandate for wearing masks.
On the left, we can see a hamburger cart. So fast food carts like hamburger carts or hot dog stands are quite popular in Nicaragua, and you're never short of finding somewhere to get a quick bite to eat.
In the comments of our videos, we tend to get the question, is English spoken in Nicaragua?
Or can I get by not speaking Spanish?
The short answer would be probably yes.
Especially in San Juan del Sur, it's a very expat-friendly area. So you'll get people at restaurants who will be able to speak English, tour guides will be able to speak English, taxi drivers will probably know a few phrases here and there. Spanish is the national language, and the vast majority of locals will only know how to speak Spanish. So you're definitely going to have an easier time if you at least know a few phrases to get around. It depends on the area and it depends on who you mix with. So if you're mainly hanging around with expats, then you can probably get by. And I think there are quite a few people that do get by knowing next to no Spanish.
So if you are planning to visit Nicaragua, we do recommend you learn a couple of phrases in Spanish. It's going to make things a lot easier for you, and the locals will appreciate it too.
Yeah, definitely. So even just down to hello, goodbye, thank you, where's the toilet, how much does this cost? Those sort of things will really help. The other question that we get a lot is Nicaragua safe? Nicaragua is the safest country in Central America, and we have had no negative experiences with safety. And when we talk to locals, most of the time the thing that they'll say about Nicaragua is it's a safe country. The people are generally very friendly. They look out for you as well. We have had times where locals have warned us, just be careful here. Here is where people get pickpocketed. But generally, if you just keep your wits about you, the most you'll have to worry about is petty theft, I'd say.
Yeah, crimes of opportunity.
And I think if you take the same sort of safety precautions as you would in your home country, I guess be careful if you're going out late at night, or if you're drinking a lot, you'd be a bit more vulnerable, that sort of thing. I guess not walking in places that are deserted and dark would be a thing to just keep in mind. I'd say there are some areas, as with any country, there are going to be some areas that are safer than others and some places that are known to have some crime issues. Just be aware of it, do your research before, or speak to other travellers, and hopefully you will have a very safe and problem-free trip.
The blue and white building that you can see on the left is called La Tostaderia.
This is one of our favourite restaurants in San Juan del Sur, and if you come here, get the Eggs Benedict. This is one of the best Eggs Benedict I've had in my life. It was really good, but the food there is just brilliant. So make sure that you eat there when you're in San Juan del Sur. It's really good.
Yeah, and they've got some really nice cakes as well that you can have along with your coffee or your lattes. It's really nice. Highly recommended.
Yeah, it seems to be popular for digital nomads as well. We saw a lot of people working away on laptops while we were there. You can see the views for San Juan del Sur beach here, or Playa San Juan del Sur. So pretty.
Yeah, that's a really nice walk along here.
The lady on the left with the cart is selling Refrescos Naturales, which are a kind of natural soft drink that they make here. And you can get them in all manner of flavours. They're about 10 Cordobas each, maybe a bit more if you get some of the fancier flavours. And you can get melon, you can get pineapple,
Cacao con leche,
which is
chocolate milk.
There's so many flavors to choose from, so you've just
Lemonade.
Lemonade. This guy's selling them as well. I think he's selling
Limonada.
Lemonade and pineapple, I think. And we can see more restaurants here. So many restaurants to choose from in San Juan del Sur. Quite a few varieties of options and different types of international cuisine, which is good.
Yeah, that's one of the really cool things about San Juan del Sur. There's a lot of variety of restaurants relative to other towns that you would get in Nicaragua.
Yeah, so you can get Italian, you can get a few different types of Asian. I've seen some Japanese and some Chinese. I haven't seen a lot of Indian food around Nicaragua.
No.
Which is a bit baffling. I don't know why, but business opportunity possibly for someone that wants to set up an Indian restaurant. I know there is a demand for it.
Yeah.
So we can see this tent says Movie Star here. So that's one of the different types of cell phone providers here in Nicaragua.
The store that we walked past was selling ceviche.
Ah, yeah. So ceviche is a raw fish that's kind of marinated in a citrus juice, and that's kind of how it's cooked. It's really tasty, really fresh. So we highly recommend getting ceviche. And ceviche, we've seen servings for around 200 Cordobas. That seems to be about the going rate, 200, maybe 300. Depends on if you're getting them from like a cart or if you're getting it from a sit-down place as well.
Along the waterfront here, you've got a lot of market stalls, so you can buy some jewellery or clothes.
These t-shirts go for 120 Cordobas each.
Which is around $3 to $4 US.
Yeah, so not bad value and quite cute designs there. So it's a great place to come, walk along this promenade. What's it called? A Malecon area.
Malecon.
So it's really relaxing, just taking in the views, doing a little bit of shopping. There's food carts here as well. So if you're feeling peckish, if you're getting a bit hungry, then you can get some ceviche or some hot dogs.
Or a hamburger.
Yeah, lots of different options.
Yeah. I really love this part of the beach. You've got unfettered views across the whole bay.
And you can see the Christ statue up on the hill there. You've got all the boats in the harbour. And it's just such a pretty area. And you've got a lot of benches here where you can sit and take in those views. Or you can go over to the port area, which is where we're approaching. And there's a lot of nice places to sit and admire the scenery from there as well.
Yeah. Let's go there now. And here we are at the entrance of the port area. Prior to COVID, this would be an international port where all the cruise ships would come and drop off people for the day to visit and explore San Juan del Sur. Now, there haven't been any cruise ships in quite a while, and so this area is a little bit quieter than it normally would be.
But there's a lot of nice little food carts here and little restaurants and cafes. So it's a really cute area to come, but very quiet at the moment.
Yeah. And once again, you get amazing views back over the bay from this part of town.
And what I like here is they've got a little photo opportunity set up to make it look like you're in an Instagram or something like that with the background there, so you can have your happy snaps here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And it looks like there's some sort of live music or something like that that's going to be happening here because there's a stage set up there. Now, this building that we're coming up to here has some bars and restaurants, and that's a nice place to chill and look over the water. So we've had some cocktails there before. It's quite nice.
Yeah, I'd say the best views are here.
Yeah, I think so. And it's not too crowded either. I quite like having a restaurant all to ourselves. Feel a bit special. There's a children's playground here, so this seems to be a good place to come for families. And there's restrooms around here as well, which are kept nice and clean and in good condition, quite modern. You've got all of your conveniences that you need here, and there's parking around here as well if you need it. And I think there's a bank here as well.
We're just going to go out of the port now and take you to an area where you can get some fresh ceviche and some fresh fish.
The ships all dock around here and the fish is loaded straight off into these market areas. Can't get much fresher than that, and it's pretty good value here. You get good serving sizes. You can get a big ceviche for 200 Cordobas, which will come with some crackers and very nice and very filling.
Highly recommend you come to this area to get your ceviche, and it should be cheaper than the restaurants too.
Yeah, and then you can just walk back to the port area and take a seat, take in that view. It's such a relaxing, laid-back kind of thing to do.
We hope you enjoyed this walking tour of San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua.
And we'd love to hear what you thought, so please drop us a comment. We respond to each and every one, and we always love hearing what you have to say about our videos.
And please smash that like button too.
We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.